feel like your first official ASU practice went?
Well, first thing, I think for our players, this was really our first opportunity for each one of those guys to really put an identity on film. You know, that's what we talked to them about this morning was this is your opportunity to put your identity on film, not only as an individual player, but your unit, your position group. And then you got to look at the situation. We've been through the first phase of our offseason program with the tour of duty, and now we're in spring practice. And this is kind of the next phase where we grow, where we develop, where we acquire knowledge. We certainly got a lot of quality reps on video to teach off of, and that was the most important thing. I was pleased with the effort, pleased with the attitude, the approach. The execution's got to improve, but pleased with where our players are at and excited about, you know, the next phase of moving forward.
Anything you noticed about practice today that you thought, oh, no, that's different, or is football practice?
Well, I think we spent a lot of time as a staff really planning our practice. I think I was pretty comfortable with everything that was going to happen out there today. So, you know, really we need to improve overall just in our efficiency, our transition. But in general, the effort was good, the attitude was good. I thought there was good carryover from our concepts that we've been teaching throughout the off-season program. So we took a step forward today. I think you could see that there's a little bit of a fresh breath air out there, and certainly excited about the challenge that's in front of us, but I'm pleased with where we're at. And, you know, looking forward to the next practice, the next meeting, the next phase of our off-season.
Can you sense that the players on your side of the ball are checking you out, trying to figure out the new guy?
Well, what it is it's an opportunity. You know, and I think we've done a great job. I think it's the staff really establishing how we're going to operate, what the precedent is going to be. And each and every time that we do something new, we've got an opportunity to really draw a line in the sand and hold them accountable. And that's what the game's about. I don't think that we have a talent issue, you know, on our side of the ball in particular. I think we've got good quality depth. We've got plenty of playmakers. It's really going to come down to the intangibles on our side. It's going to come down to the effort, the toughness, the discipline. And really, is each player an asset to our team, or are they a liability to our team? Not only in how they practice, but their self-discipline off the field. Can we depend on you? Are you accountable? And really, that's where we're at. That's what we're trying to establish, and I think that's what the offseason, that gives you an opportunity to do that. So we're pleased with the buy-in so far, and today was certainly a step in the right direction.
How do you find the right balance between getting everything installed that you want and making sure the guys have the fluency of our concepts?
I've been through this a couple different times, you know, in my career. So I think the biggest thing is you've got to plan according to the number of reps that you got. You know, we've got a good system in place. Had an opportunity to work with a lot of good quality coaches in the past. We've got a plan. It's a proven plan. And that's something that I can feel comfortable saying to our guys. I can stand in front of them and say, hey, if we do it this way, we'll have success. So today was install 1. We'll have 3 really aggressive install days. We'll go back and review 4. We'll install 5 and 6. We'll review 7, and we scrimmage on practice 8. So we've got a plan in place. Today was the first step in that plan.
Mario said you're bringing in an SEC mindset. How would you describe the mindset?
Who said that?
Mario.
Mario.
So how do you
Right.
sort of describe the SEC mindset?
Well, I think more than anything, I think what we want to do is we want to establish how we're going to play. What is the 2017 Arizona State offensive unit going to be? What are we going to be known for? We talk about leading the league in finish. We want the effort to jump off the film. We want people to watch us play and to admire the intangibles that we play with. I don't know that I would necessarily categorize it that way, but we want to be known for our intangibles and how we play. And that being said, if he thinks that's what we're doing, that's fine. His buy-in's been really good, and hopefully we can continue to get him to improve and get him back to the production level that he had a couple years ago.
How much of a challenge is it having a brand new staff and very little carryover from last year?
It's really, I kind of see it's fun in my opinion. You know, it's a challenge, but at the same time, I tell you what you get to do. You get it's your opportunity to fix a lot of the things that maybe you had issues with in the past. It really improved your system because you get to start from scratch and you really get to make it teachable. And if it doesn't make sense to a bunch of grown men that are coaches, then it's definitely not going to make sense to the players. So we've been able to really start from scratch and iron out all the wrinkles that we've had in the systems that we've kind of used to put together the one that we're running now. So it's been a challenge, but it's really been a lot of fun. So a lot of creativity, and we've got input from a lot of different people to get that done.
How do you think you'll use a guy like J.J. Wilson maybe?
Well, now that position in particular in our system is critical. That guy's kind of a jack of all trades. He's got to really be a savvy football player, and he's got to really have an understanding of the running game, the passing game, and also the protections. So J.J. Wilson is an ideal person to work with in terms of his skill set. And J.J.'s like a lot of young men in football these days. He's a guy who has ability, but that won't be the reason that he doesn't have success. His ability will come as a result of consistency, as being a student of the game, as really becoming a technician and playing with great fundamentals and techniques, and having the self-discipline off the field and being a great teammate in terms of what he contributes to the team. And the football part with JJ, the skill set, the running, catching, size, length, speed, all of that, he's got a great skill set to work with. We're certainly excited about working with him. We had a good first day.
Because you're familiar with Blake from Alabama, did he seem the same to you, different in any way? Or how did you judge him based on what you saw today?
Well, I think in general it was good for us to actually get a football out and go throw the football. We've been watching these guys do off-season program for a couple weeks now. But in general, the group, we were able to spread the repetitions out. And we'll go watch the film. We'll evaluate their decision making. We'll evaluate their accuracy. And really, me and the quarterback position, I'm watching how do they affect the players around them. What type of communicator are they? Does the other 10 players on the field, does their level of play rise because they're out there with this guy? We got plenty of talent at the quarterback position. We'll be just fine. Somebody in that group will be able to play winning football for us. And Blake is certainly a candidate to win the job, and he's got every opportunity to prove himself.
Do you see that being a problem with quarterbacks trying to get all the guys reps so you can evaluate them?
Well, I'm fortunate to have been through that the last couple of years at Alabama. So we've got a blueprint that we're using that's similar to what we went through the last couple of years. We've had a new starter each of those years. I happened to be at Alabama in 2011 when we went through a battle as well. So I think anytime you've got a number of guys that are capable, it's a good problem to have. But it's certainly, as we get through training camp and we get closer to the first game, we'll have to start narrowing down those reps. But right now, it's open market. We're just going out there, putting film out there, getting a lot of reps for each guy, and letting them prove themselves. And somebody's got to take ownership. Somebody's got to win the job, win the team. And that's certainly what we're evaluating each and every day. But we're a long way from that decision being made. Well, I see some guys that are very capable. I think anytime you've got some guys that have ability, then it becomes about and that's the message in general, I would say, for every position group. You know, it's not necessarily about how fast you can run or how tall you are. It's going to be about, you know, what type of teammates you are, what type of self-discipline you have, what is your focus like, what is your effort like. And can you go execute? Can you do your job at a high level? And I told the group of offensive players when I first got here, I said, hey, if you get in position where you can do your job at a high level and play winning football for our team, we'll find a role for you. And there's a certain level of responsibility that goes with being one of 11 guys that go out there and represent our football team. So right now we're evaluating each and every one of those guys based off of those parameters. And, you know, I asked the guys to write it down this morning. I said, what do you need to do to become a complete player at your position? Every guy in the room, whether you're the right guard or you're the X receiver, evaluate yourself each and every day. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you need to attack and work on to make improvement as a player? If we can get each individual player doing that, and the cumulative effect of that would be positive.
Did you ask them to turn it into you?
No, just in the room, write it down. You know.
Themselves?
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody good?